When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Golden Bears in Berkeley in California Memorial Stadium. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the California Golden Bears. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start us off. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So California's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get them in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give them a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time out.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Yellow Jackets offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it.
There he goes. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Once he got some room, it was over. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
He'll bring it out. It's Rogers. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Runs through a tackle. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. The Golden Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll give it to the back. Plows through the defense. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Golden Bears come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 25. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Golden Bears!
Well, they worked the play action, and he had his guy outside one-on-one on the go route, and there was no question who's going to be getting the football on this one. Phenomenal job stacking the defender on the route, who gets in behind him, able to make the catch way down the field, and then run it in for the touchdown.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Forced out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. The Yellow Jackets line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Knight. Caught, close to the marker, it's Stockton. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. This time they'll go to the running game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The Yellow Jackets are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
You know, quarterbacks do not stare down receivers, especially when thrown over the middle of the field. You've got to look these safeties off. That was going to be a small window to throw into anyway, but staring at that wide receiver made the safety's job so much easier.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The Golden Bears come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And the Golden Bears are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Connection to the right. It's a seam wide open. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cal!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Yellow Jackets can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Lets it fly. He makes a catch. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Looking left. It's caught. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The Yellow Jackets trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. From the gun. Pocket breaking down. Looking for the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. The extra point here would tie the game.
And I like this offense not panicking, executing on this drive, and driving down the field and tying this football game up. I love the no panic, just stay chill, and now we got ourselves a football game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. The give to the back. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. The Golden Bears with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Marshall. This guy just oozes toughness when he runs. Bangs his way to the 20. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Didn't have much of a choice. Just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. And the Golden Bears send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Jukes his way for more. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Yellow Jackets in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for a crease. It's Pringle. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that 1st down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback. And a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
Caught near the sticks. It's Coleman. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Catch in the middle. It's Coleman. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Steps away to find some room. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. That's the kind of skill that makes guys stars. The improvisational skills, the blinding speed, the ability to make the big play and make defenses look silly.
Just straight silly. I mean, what do you want me to do? You put a guy that's that athletic, that fast at the quarterback spot, and now you're telling me to defend the run, defend the pass, defend the scrambles. I mean, goodness gracious, I don't know what you want a defense to do. There's no stopping that guy.
The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Quick release by the QB. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. It's complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. Plucks it out of the air. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Back to pass. It's complete. Breaks into the open. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
The Golden Bears can really attack on this 2nd and short. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. Now on 2nd down. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. And the Golden Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He'll keep it himself. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Here comes the field goal unit. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. It is good. That'll bring him to within 4. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Florida is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping in Gainesville. They're trailing by 17 to Oklahoma. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Wants to throw. It's Knight. Keeps looking downfield. Makes the grab. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down the one a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they take it in for 6 more points. They get the score and a free trip to the ice bath after the game.
No doubt. Heck of a pass, though. To stand in there, know you're going to get smashed right in the face. I'll take the ice. I'll take the touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's open on the right. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Wants to throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Golden Bears decide to punt it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Here's the pressure. Oh, better look out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And man, I love my quarterbacks that want to make plays. They make those big plays and scramble around and get away from people, but got to tuck that football away. When you're going to run through arm tackles and people are around you diving, make sure you got that thing locked up. He didn't. Defense took advantage of it.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On the run, fires downfield. Complete to the right. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Just drives it between the uprights. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little bit of momentum. You're still losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking downfield, it's Knight. Got it in the middle, it's Taylor. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters today from there in Berkeley. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside California Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Got it in the middle, it's Allen. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Catch in the middle, it's Allen. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. To the air on first down. He's going to fire to the left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen him had a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Steps away. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. And the Golden Bears with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Fires to the middle. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The Golden Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
on defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Offense in a bunch formation. Dropping back, it's Knight. Here's a heat. Moves around to clear up the vision. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Throwing on the run. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. Give to the back. He'll try to take it back. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Golden Bears want to crank the tempo.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. A strike downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Lets it fly deep downfield. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Golden Bears! This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Takes a handoff. It's Pringle. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Buys a little time. The throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Sullivan. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Got room to work. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking for a man, it's King. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. That's the end of the period, and Georgia Tech has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Pulls it in. It's Coleman. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders a turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. The Yellow Jackets really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Caught over the middle. It's Sullivan. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of... He wants to throw it again. Snagged in the middle. It's Sullivan.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with the lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And they're able to keep him from scoring as he's guided out of bounds at the 5.
Nice job by the D, playing the pass first. QB scrambles. It's the fourth quarter. I got to save time. I got to save possessions.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executing in the fourth quarter. Nice job.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding They're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. To throw, it's King. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Yellow Jackets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Taylor. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Stockton.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. It's Taylor. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Yellow Jackets come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Quarterback adapted. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coleman. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. To the air on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And the Yellow Jackets trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's King. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Yeah, salt enter wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
Cal, 27.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Now backed up in their own end, it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. And they get him in the end zone for a safety, and that should wrap this one up tight. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
1st and 10.
They go to the ground. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw, it's King. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. The short hands, it's Coleman. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Georgia Tech.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure coming. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close.